In this video, I'll explain you how to generate this app, Dataset Generator. This basically built on top of AI models. If you provide some sample dataset in the same format, it will generate some 10 samples of data, as you can see. So where this is useful, sir? If you want to train a model, if you want to fine tune a model, during that time, you need to generate some data set for fine tuning your model. And after fine tuning, you need to check the ground truth value, right? How your model is performing. For that also, you need some testing data set. So for that also, it is helpful for you. Not only that, wherever you want to generate some sample data, during that case, this type of data set generator will be helpful for you. Now in this video, I'll explain you how to do this from end to end. To develop this, what are your requirements? First thing, you need some coding platform. For that, I am choosing this Google Colab for availability of all persons for free. This is for free environment, right? So that's why I'm using this. And you also need some API key. For this, I'm opening this Google Dev AI, that is a AI Studio of Google. There you need to create an API key. So you just click on go to Google AI Studio. You have this option. You just click on it so that you have an option to create your API key. That is, just click on it and then click on create API key. Then it will ask you for, if you are a new user, then it will ask you to create a new project and then click on create API key. After that, you can see like this, you can able to get the API key. You just copy the API key. So after copying the API key, just save it in your Google Colab related secrets. Just click on this secrets. Here you can see I stored my API key to this variable. I just copying this variable name and first I'll get that API key. So before developing my application, so how to get that API key from Google.colab, you need to import user data. So within that user data only your API key is present. So how to get that API key from the user data dot get off. So whatever the name that you provided, just provide that name. In this, you can see this is the name I provided. That is what I provided here. So I'm getting like this, and I want to set it as a environmental variable. So that's why I'm using os dot environ of some name. Let's provide the same like a Gemini API key. How to use this OS? For that also we need to import this OS. Okay, first I have taken my key from my Google Colab, and what I have done, I have set my environmental variable of this Google API key, or you can say Gemini API key. I have set it as a environmental variable. Then before creating your Streamlit app, first you need to test. For that, so what is your prerequisite? You need to install. I'm using LangChain. I'm using a Google GenAI models. Since I'm using a model from Google Dev AI and I'm expecting to use it using a LangChain, so that's why I need to install this LangChain Google GenAI. This is the pre-required library in order to use it. From this LangChain Google Generative AI, you need to import chart Google Generative AI and you need to create your LLM. So what's your LLM? Chart Google Generative AI of, so what's your model that you need to define? Which model you are expecting to use in the backend? Currently for me, I want to use some experimental model, so that's why I'm clicking on other. And here you can see there is a model that is a, or you can say let's say you want to use Gemini 2.5 Pro, then you can select this. Or currently, since I'm expecting to use experimental model, so that's why I selecting one model, and I just clicking on this code, and for exact model name, I just copying the model name from there, and I just save it in my Colab notebook with the same model name, whatever the model that I copied that I provided there. And you need to provide your API key here. So what is your API key? Here in this environmental variable, you already store that API key. So I want to get that API key and put that here. So how to get that API key? API key one, that is OS. So by using OS only, you can able to get that. So I'm just importing the OS again. OS dot get env of. So what is your in which variable you stored your API key? In this Gemini API key variable I just stored, so that's why I'm providing that here. And in the API key session, I just mentioning our API key one. So that's it. Very simple. Our LLM got created. Now let's get some result by invoking that LLM result, that is equals to LLM dot invoke of some prompt. So just provide some prompt and invoke this LLM to check whether this LLM is working or not. So for this, I'm just taking some sample prompt, that is who are you? So like that, I just provided some prompt and getting the result, and at last I'll print the result as well. So this cell got run successfully. So now I'll print my result here. So initially you can check inside the content only your result is there. So I'm just taking that only content to get only the required result. You can say I got my required result. Now, since my LLM is working and I can able to invoke my LLM successfully, now let's take this as a base code for our Streamlit application generation. For generating the Streamlit application, let's take it as a base code. So how to generate the Streamlit app with this base code, sir? For that, since we are generating Streamlit app, you need to install this Streamlit as well. So I'm just providing the Streamlit as well and rerunning this so that it will install this as well. Then you need to import this Streamlit. You need to import this Streamlit as st. So now I have imported my Streamlit. After that, what I'm expecting in my page, I'm expecting this as my title. So just copy and paste in the title this. Okay, I have my title. Then what I need to provide some prompt and take an input, that is this. So how to take that? So in order to take that, you need to specify it as a text area. And I need to collect the data, what I'm doing is, so I'm just taking it as a sample format. Since I'm collecting the sample format, I just collecting it and saving it into this variable. So in order to collect that, or in order to provide this text box and the message, what I need is st dot text area, and inside that you need to provide whatever the sample, you can say sample prompt that you want, or sample text you want to get on top, like this here, that you need to provide. And height, I'm mentioning the height as 200 for this text area box related height. Then what I have a button. So how to get that button using Streamlit? So in order to get that button using Streamlit, if st dot button is the simple method that you need to use in order to get this button. And what is the data which is present in that? Generate 10, generate 10 samples, right? So this is the only text which is present in it. So let's provide that generate 10 samples. So here you can provide any type of text input, so that same will be replicated here. Okay, whenever this button got clicked, then what I need to do? So first I need to check whether I have some script or some strip is present in this sample prompt or not, right? Yes. So in order to check, first let's do that checking. If not, that is if sample format dot strip is not there. So if the strip is not there, then what I'm expecting is some warning like please provide a sample format first. So like that I'm expecting some warning, or else if there will be some sample format they provided, then what I need to do, I need to create some prompt in order to generate my response. So I just creating some sample prompt by using hashy string method. So I'm specifying that you are a data generator AI, and here is a sample format. What are the sample format that I get from my user? So that I'm providing here. So in which variable I store that? In this. So that's why I'm just copying and pasting that here. So through this I'm specifying like this is the sample prompt. Now I'm providing some extra instruction for now generate 10. Since I require only 10, now I'm specifying like generate 10 new samples following the exact same format and style, and only output the samples, no explanation. So like this I provided my sample prompt, and so whenever they got clicked submit, then what happens is I need some spinner, like you can see right, rotator is there, like this rotator you will get. So initially rotator you will get for processing, while processing, then after you will get this success message and you will get this response. So first in order to put that spinner, streamlit as this spinner option and provide the message that you want to put while spinning. I am expecting to put generating a data set, so that's why I provided like this. And so inside this what happened is, so whenever it got generating, that is this process, right? So this is the process for generating, right? So that's why I just put this process inside that. And so instead of our prompt, what I'll do is whatever the prompt that I have, or whatever the actual prompt that I'll pass to this, and simply I'll get the response. So after getting the response, where my result will be result dot content. So I'll just take that result dot content. Since it's a markdown format, I just use streamlit st dot markdown, and I'll print it in the same way how the model was generated, as you can see in this markdown format. And I am expecting to write this as well, like success message on successfully creating this, like st dot success of this message. So that's it. So this is your full end-to-end Streamlit app code. Then in order to host it here, in order to host it here, first you need to store this in a file. As you can see, I already have this app.py. I'm just deleting this file. I'm also deleting other files like this logs file, as well as this package.json. No, particularly that app.py file we need to delete. Then, so first write this content. I want to write this content into the app.py file. So for that, you can use this magic command, that is write file and app.py. In this app.py, this whole content will be written at first. Now I'm running this. You can see writing got done. You can reload this so that you can able to get that. Yes. Then you need to install some. So in order to host This is the Streamlit previously hosted one. If I reload this, I'm just clicking on Control R. You can see tunnel is unavailable. So if you want to create tunnel like that and host your Streamlit application, whatever you created, so you first need to install this local tunnel. So how to install that local tunnel, sir? Just write this command npm install local tunnel in a quit. That is a quit means you can say with a less output. So it's just installed. Then after installing your local terminal, you need to run your Streamlit app. If not started, Streamlit run my app.py file. So like that you are providing the command, and so I want to run serially another command also. So that's why I'm providing and I'm just storing the logs in this content logs.txt. And parallel to this, since I'm expecting to run one more command, I'm writing this and. You can see here logs.txt got created. I'm just opening this. So we'll use that later. You can observe on which port our app is running. That is 8501. You can use the same port. You can use the same port to launch your local tunnel. I can say I want to use local tunnel in order to launch my app on top of this port. So for that, use this npx local tunnel and provide your port and provide your 8 whatever that is 8501. I provided that port and I'm running this. So in order to use or in order to open your app, you just need to copy this external URL and open this URL in the password session. So whatever the copied, I think it's not copied. I'll copy it again. Yeah, you need to copy this IP address and then paste that here and then click on submit, click to submit, so that it will open you whatever the hosted Streamlit app that you created. You can see whatever the hosted Streamlit app that we just created that was visible here right now for me. Now what I'm expecting is I want to provide some sample text and expect to get some response or generate 10 sample responses like that. Let's say a user provided an input like hi, then my GPT need to respond or my GPT need to respond like hi, I am GPT model, or you can say I am BTech Spark model. So similar to that, I want to generate 10 samples of data. So that's why I clicked on this. So you can see while generating, it also added the spinner and whatever the text that we added in the spinner that was displayed. After generating successful, after data got generated successful, you can see success message also I got. And you can see for each and individual copy, I have an option to copy as well. And whatever the similar prompts are there, those are also visible to me. How are you? I'm doing well, and thank you for asking. I'm BTech Spark model. So you can see whatever the text that you provided in the same format I got. So for our sake, I want to provide another type of input as well, and check whether that type of format it can able to generate or not. So 2 plus 2 is how much? It's obviously 4 with some confidence score that is I want to put it as 100 is my confidence score for that. 2 plus 2 is obviously 4. Like that, I want to generate some sample of data sets. Let's see. So what it will generate to me. You can see what is the capital of France. It's Paris. That's 100% confidence. It was specifying, as you can see. So however, I am expecting in that format like I mean 1, 2, 3. So in each record, one, two, three values are there, and user GPT and confidence score, user GPT and confidence score. So whatever the required, those all fields will be generated as well. That means whatever the required format of data set, that is generating for me without much human effort by utilizing the AI. So not only this, you can use in backend. So whatever the model that you want. Here you can see I have taken this Learn LM 1.5 Pro. That is the experimental model that I have taken since it's a free of use for us. Since it's an experimental model, there is no cost for me. So if you want, you can use Gamma models as well. Those are also free, and these Gemini models will, you can see cost maybe varies based on the requirement or based on the model that you select, and there will be some free tier as well, free tier request as well, free tier limit as well. So if you use any one of the paid model like Gamma 2.5 Preview or Pro, so those will work. But what happens is you can see the rate limit is there. Up to the rate limit you can able to access them. If the rate limit got exceeded, then what happens is if you do not pay the cost, then they won't directly incur you the charge, or they won't incur you the bill. They just stop this. You need to log into your Google Cloud and you need to pay the cost some, then you can able to access these models. But for now, the happy thing is if you use any one of the model, like just take this model and just copy the model name, and if you paste there and if you use that, then it will consider or it will get up to the total number of free requests. Up to free, it can able to provide you the response. After that, it won't provide you the response. If you pay for that, then only it can able to, or if you upgrade your plan in the billings dashboard, you can see if you set up this billing, then only from then only your that is a paid subscription will be activated, and you can able to access your model or whatever the model that you want after the rate limit of free tier rate limit as well. So this is all about what you require to generate this data set by using GenAI at the back end, that is a Google models at the back end, by using Google Colab and Streamlit. So that's all about this video. I hope this video is useful to you. If you feel this video is useful, then please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye, guys.